Welcome to glorious vlog for Swell Life with John and Megan, who Megan is sick and John is well. Relatively well as any American. Now we speak to Megan.
Hi guys. I would say good morning, but it's actually, what time is it?
It's time for you to get watch.
I have a phone. It's 6:34. So yeah, I didn't vlog yesterday because I had like no voice. We called my doctor and decided to start antibiotics and get some steroid syrup for the inflammation in my throat, chest, and sinuses. So working on getting better, just very
Welcome to our day is end of day.
Oh my gosh.
Now we show how we make the macaroni and cheese of only 3 ingredients. I forced that to, rhyme. First you boil the macaroni till it stops screaming and the water reduces down. The next step is you take the milk, which has been evaporated down, and just pour that directly in there and let that come up to heat. You see, the starch that you got in the water from the boiling it down is going to act as a way for the cheesiness to get just a little bit deeper, a little bit more precious. This was supposed to start out like a Wicked Witch, but it became southern and I don't know why. So we boil and boil till the screaming stops. And then we add some evaporated milk and get it bubbling. Which I think it's nearly there. Look at that. There's bubbles, but are you bubbling? Tell me, are you bubbling? Yes, I'm bubbling. Ooh. And then once you've done that, you go here and you start just adding the cheese. Just adding that cheese. So, we'll come back here in a sec and show you what we've done. Now we have completed the integration of the cheese, and you will see that this particular recipe produces an extremely, let me make sure the bowl's in the thing, here we go, an extremely creamy, luscious mac und cheese. And like I said, it was only 3 ingredients. Pasta, properly boiled till it stops screaming and reduces down. And then you just add the, evaporated milk. And then cheese. And you say, how much of each? Equal by weight portion. So there was 12 ounces of cheese, 12 ounces of pasta, and 12 ounces of the evaporated milk to produce better than box. Good night and good luck.
How awesome is John? Not only does he cook the amazing mac and cheese, but he helps out on the vlog. Holding off watching Spider-Man to help me out. And I don't know if you've noticed, but we're kind of like big geeks around this house. We kind of like our superhero movies. John kind of like loves his super movies, but he's being really sweet and helping us out because I am not feeling well enough to get everything done. I love you, babe.
Love you too.
You're the bestest.
Yep.
Well, I've been sitting here on the couch while John's working on the vlog and kind of realized like, oh, my chest is feeling tight and, my voice is already hoarse, but it's feeling tighter than it has today and so I've been taking prednisolone syrup, not prednisone, because prednisone and I do not get along very well.
You make her crazy.
I actually, back in last year in November, just after Thanksgiving, thank goodness not on Thanksgiving, had a horrible reaction to prednisone. Seized most of the day. Found out later from the EMTs that I nearly coded, so I nearly went into like my heart nearly stopped, which kind of explained the rib cage pain I was experiencing when like my head became clear and I became more aware, which was like the next day. I also had a really horrible neurological reaction. I don't remember doing any of this, but apparently I tried to crawl out of the bed while an EEG was attached to me because they were worried that as bad as the seizures were that day, something else might be going on other than my epilepsy. And fortunately, it was just my epilepsy. Fortunately, but anywho, apparently I tried to crawl out of bed with all this equipment on my head, screaming I needed to go get help in the ICU. Okay, and it apparently took 5 or 6 nurses to wrestle me down, and I apparently was not a very nice person, and I still to this day like get kind of choked up thinking about like that's not, I mean, I just feel horrible that I was that crazy. But we were assured by the doctor it's a neurological reaction. And my body had been through so much trauma that day. It just, it was primed for something like that to happen. So, anyway, no prednisolone only for me. But, but, okay, anyway, so I checked my peak flow, a nice little handy device that you suck in air and you blow into, and it measures the rate or the speed of how fast and strong you're blowing air. And obviously, the lower the numbers, not doing so good. So my numbers were to 250, which isn't like quite danger zone, but it's not good. And I started hacking and coughing, and I have mostly cough variant asthma. I very rarely get wheezy. I usually skip wheezy into either an uncontrollable coughing or just super tight, hoarse, rapid breathing, and it's like, oh crap, I'm having an asthma attack. So, anywho, I am about to start a breathing treatment. I don't take rescue inhalers because, like prednisone, albuterol, and many ingredients in rescue inhalers and I do not get along so well. Fortunately, no psychoreactions, neurological meningo psychoreactions, just, tongues, lips, face, red, oh God, can't breathe, fun stuff like that. So I do nebulizer to treat my asthma attacks. So we always have everything ready and supplies nearby, so we can, if I'm having a bad one, we can just put it all together really fast. And so I take Zopanex, and that helps smooth muscle contractions to allow air to get into the smooth the muscle and open the airways somehow. I'm not entirely sure on all of it. But this is what they use. If you can't use albuterol, this is your go-to. And then I also use a bronchodilator called Atrovent, and I find that helps even open my airways up even better. Okay, as you can hear, I'm getting really tight, so I'm going to wrap this up. So anyway, you can imagine opening bronchioles better for me. And then this is cromolyn sodium. It's not necessarily for my asthma attack, but it will help with any mast cell reactions that might be occurring as a result. Let's get this party started. You can talk because
Give us free stuff. Stop. What are you ready?
we're done. And as you can hear, I have a little bit more of a voice. Not so tight, and my cough already is sounding better. So yeah, breathing treatments are kind of cumbersome in that they take a while, unless you're in the hospital and you can get a breathing treatment done in 5 minutes. It's crazy, the PSI they have going on. But at home, the treatments obviously take longer because you don't have all the fancy machinery. It's ugly and green in my case, but it does its job, so I love it. But anyway, yeah, breathing treatments are really, the cromulum sodium I meant to mention, I just used as a just in case. And normally, I was using cromulum sodium daily, nebulized 2 or 3 times a day, I think. And it was actually helping stabilize my mast cells a lot better, and my problems with allergies and asthma I was noticing an improvement, but unfortunately there is a shortage, so I had to use what I had sparingly. So I kind of tend to save them for when things are starting to get icky in my chest. And the other thing I forgot to mention, which I don't know why I try to talk so much when obviously my breathing isn't normal, but it's kind of my thing. I tend to push even when I shouldn't. So, but I forgot to mention that asthma attacks obviously can, be like what I was feeling, like I was feeling something coming on. And had I left it alone, it definitely would have escalated and gotten to that point where, gasping for air, need meds now, can't even talk to the bloody camera. But I've learned since getting diagnosed, I'm not always great at it, but I've learned some signs. And I have found that it's good to pay attention to your body and listen to it when you're feeling this way. Especially since I'm fighting an upper respiratory sinus infection thing. I don't want my lungs to get a bad infection because nobody has fun when that happens.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
No, I don't need to add anything to my list. Good God. So, anywho, it's a really valuable tool for just maintenance for my asthma. I have another inhaler that I take it, but it's a powdered inhaler, it's a daily medication, not a rescue medication. So I take that daily, and when allergies are bad, I'll sometimes do nebulizers, maybe once or twice a day. Since the weather's starting to get colder, I haven't needed it as much, but now that I'm sick, I definitely need to up my usage to once or twice a day, especially if I feel my airways getting tight. So there you go. All about me and my asthma. Hope you enjoyed it, or at least learned something. And here's your daily dose of Lady, since you guys haven't gotten to see her yet. Hey there. Lele. Lele. Her tail's wagging, so she's, oh, hi. You say hi to everybody. Yeah. Cool. It's hard work being this cute. Gotta get in the naps.
Hermit the Frog here, talking to Megan Banning as she wraps up her vlog for the evening. How are you doing tonight, Miss Megan?
Not as bad as I was doing last night. Progress.
Yay! Oh, there's more for that.
Wow, that was kind of overkill, my friend.
So, do you have anything you'd like to say to the nice people?
We're almost caught up with vlogs. That makes
Super duper.
Yeah, that makes me feel happy. had an HAE swell after having a seizure. And the seizure probably was triggered by the respiratory stuff. Usually that happens. May not have been. But anyway, we figured, though, you guys have seen my swells, so figured we just skip over filming that part. There'll be plenty more in the future, I'm sure. I mean, hopefully not that many, but yeah.
But it makes good television.
It kind of does, but
Drama, high stakes,
yeah.
sudden reversals.
Yeah, life's on the line, sort of thing. But I mean, I think there's only so much purple tongue people are willing to see. You know what I mean?
Good night, everybody.
Check, please. So yeah, just working on getting better. Sorry, it was kind of a boring day, but
Apology accepted.
yes, that was so directed to you, babe. I would apologize to you actually for being such a burden, because sometimes I worry I am a burden.
Well, you shouldn't do that.
Thank you. You are amazing.
Why, thank you.
Yeah.
Good night, vlog.
Good night, guys. We'll talk to y'all tomorrow.